Well, this month we've been highlighting heart health, especially as it's American Heart Month. This morning we're focusing on a myth that's now being broken, that hormones are not safe for your heart. So Dr. Diana Bittner is here with True Women's Health to kind of explain this to us. We know it seems like finally people are talking about menopause, which is a good thing, but there seems to be a lot of confusion about whether or not hormone therapy can hurt you or if it's beneficial.
Exactly. And, to make it even more real, we had learned that an acquaintance yesterday, my age, I'm 58, she had a heart attack, massive heart attack yesterday. Like, this just doesn't have to happen, people. So,
right.
What can we do? So, there have been a lot of myths around menopause and are hormones safe or not. And this myth was, I call it a myth, but it was started in 2003 when a big study came out called the WHI. And there were so many things about it that don't relate to the woman who's a candidate for HRT. So to briefly break it down, like, hormones actually can be really good for the heart if you start them early.
Okay.
They really can benefit.
So what were the problems with the study that kind of contradicted what you're saying that they are?
So number one, the study included women who were more than 10 years from menopause and 63 years old on average. So these women who were 10 years out likely already had plaque.
Okay.
And if you give these women plaque with a type of hormone they used, Premarin, which is a synthetic estrogen, it actually affects the liver and makes the blood sticky. So if you picture that the lumen, the vessel already is narrow, and then you make the blood sticky, then of course you're going to increase the risk of a heart attack or a stroke.
Okay.
And so those results don't apply to the hormones we use today. So the study was really good. It taught us a lot. It just wasn't promoted well.
Yeah. So many women may be suffering, the symptoms. We know there's a wide range of menopause symptoms, maybe suffering in silence, thinking, I can't do hormone therapy because it maybe could cause, problems with my health further down the road.
Right.
So what is estrogen good for? I mean, let's explain that and kind of clear things up.
So estrogen is really good for the symptoms of menopause, but turns out it's also really good for the body changes.
Okay.
So when fat sticks on our vessel wall, it has to oxidate. It has to get messy to make a plaque. And estrogen helps prevent that oxidation, we call that.
Okay.
It also reduces insulin resistance, which is that prediabetes, high blood sugars, belly fat thing. It also promotes belly fat versus, let's say, gaining weight in your thighs or your back. It's belly fat, and that's what really increases our risk for heart disease.
Okay.
It also, again, helps with symptoms. So if you sleep, you're more likely to get up and work out.
Sleep. I have a problem with that area. Let's talk about Jane.
So Jane was truly a typical person, and this is unfortunately real. Like, she came to me at 53, all the symptoms, not sleeping, and said, I just can't keep up with my life. I'm thinking about, like, can I even stay working? We know that 10% of women leave the workforce in menopause, which is just
wow, I
criminal.
didn't know that.
Yeah. And so she just wasn't keeping up. But at the same time, she went to her doctor, and all the respect, but she asked her doctor, hey, I want to talk about these hormones. I hear, there's things changing. And hate to say it, it was a guy, but what he said was, you just got to let it run its course. You just got to buck it up and deal with it. And anyways, and her mom had a heart attack, but at 67. So to be on the safe side, I did a CAC. We talked about that last week. The CAC showed that her heart was clean. She had no calcified plaque, and she started hormones, felt amazing, got back in control of her life, was sleeping, working out, brain fog gone.
Yeah.
I hate to over tout its benefits, but it really can be that good. So it's safer for way more people than you think.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. I know there's a lot of misinformation and maybe a lot of myths surrounding this hormone therapy. So thank you so much for that. And I'm glad that people are finally talking about menopause.
I love it.
I mean, all women have to go through it.
Hello.
Yes. All right. So takeaway tip for us.
Know that menopause hormone therapy, MHT, can help your heart. It's just the earlier the better, and please be informed.
Yeah, you don't have to let it run its course. I can't believe that was said. All right, and find a provider that can deal with menopause as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Bittner, for being here.